Every day, billions of people go to places like SeaWorld and watch in awe as killer whales, also known as orcas, jump feet in the air and then land down with a giant splash. These people are unaware that anything bad happens or goes on behind the scenes. SeaWorld has always claimed that their orcas are treated good due to their veterinary care and that they are safe in captivity. This, however, is nonsense.
It has been known for years that orcas and dolphins live up to human lifespans in the wild. However, SeaWorld states that because they live in captivity, they live 10 years longer because of their veterinary care. In captivity, however, they only live up to 20 to 30 years, much lower than the lifespan of a wild orca.
What's really unjust about this is that these animals are being taken from their home in the wild, kidnapped from their families, where they swim hundreds of miles a day, into these tiny bathtub-sized pools. To a human, this is like being shut up in a telephone booth and forced to do tricks. Orcas are also forced to do tricks. This is even worse for orcas because in the wild, they spend a majority of their time underwater, deep in the water, where the sun can't hurt them. Where in captivity, they're near the surface a lot, so the sun rays hurt their skin. They're also forced to lie on their internal organs on side platforms. They don't really do this ever in the wild.
In the wild, while hunting, orcas use their sonar to find food and hunt it. However, when they're stuck in concrete tanks in captivity, their sonar gets messed up because it vibrates around the whole tank. Also, the tanks make it easier for them to get hurt because of the sharp edges on each side.
It's been known for almost 20-30 plus years that orcas and dolphins live much better in the wild. SeaWorld, however, continues to refuse this, saying that they do much better in captivity.
Captivity causes stress and depression in orcas. They're very sensitive creatures. During the show, SeaWorld plays loud rock and roll music, which really causes the orcas harm.
Orcas can get really agitated in captivity. In 2006, a female killer whale repeatedly dragged a trainer under the water and then kept coming back up. The orca could have done much more damage, however, if they wanted to.
Yeah, in one flick of its tail, it could have crushed every bone in that trainer's body. The orca was trying to tell its trainer a message. Captivity can really drive these creatures mad.
These animals are highly social creatures. SeaWorld claims that all these animals are put together in one single pod, which is basically a family. The thing is, however, is that all these orcas are brought from different regions of the world, so they can't communicate with each other. For example, the Alaskan orca makes a kind of a pip-pip sound, kind of like it's on helium. However, other animals don't make the same sound. They can't even communicate with each other.
That's not a family at all. That's just ridiculous.
Then what if these animals don't get along? They have nowhere else to go. They're all shut up inside of this tiny bathtub. Orcas can also get very hurt from this too.
Sometimes all the orcas gang up on one specific animal. What's even worse is that mothers sometimes beat up, bully, or neglect their own calves. In the wild, this is unthinkable. Captivity creates huge amounts of aggression in these animals. They attack their kind, their trainers, but who can blame them?
If someone was stuck in a bathtub for all of their life, I'm pretty sure they would get a little bit annoyed.
SeaWorld also claims that their medical care is much better. However, veterinary care does nothing for these animals. In fact, they live much better and happier in the wild.
The only thing that has ever hurt these animals in the wild would be ships and pollution. Everything that hurts them comes from humans. They are fine on their own.
The point is, we've known for years that captivity is bad. We just want to know that the whole world knows.
The biggest thing to help these orcas is to spread the word. Everybody should know that orcas and dolphins aren't ours to abuse and stick in bathtubs.
To find out more information, make sure you watch the documentary Blackfish. It really shines light on everything in great detail. It's streaming on Netflix and is available on iTunes.
Make sure to boycott SeaWorld and any other place that keeps dolphins and orcas in captivity, because nobody should be getting paid for slavery. Thanks.